If you're watching this video, you probably optimize your PC, but I can guarantee you have missed at least one of these 10 lesser known tweaks that can boost your FPS and lower your latency. But before we start, I want to quickly tell you about EXM, our app that can optimize your PC for better performance. There are over 150 optimizations available for free and over 1,000 in our premium plan, not to mention the other advanced features. You can download it now at exmtweaks.com. Alright, so first, I would highly recommend making a restore point. It will allow you to revert any changes to your PC. Just search up restore in the search bar, press create, and name it just like before, optimizations. Okay, so the first optimization is going to be disabling MPO or multiplane overlay, which is a feature that allows the GPU to render multiple overlay layers at once, but it can cause a lot of issues like flickering, micro stutters, or inconsistent frame pacing, and that's why I recommend disabling it. So just press Windows and R, type in regedit, and at the top, just copy in the path from the description. It will be nicely organized. Press enter. Alright, so in here, we're going to be creating a new registry value. Just right click, press new, dword, copy in the text from the description. That's how you create a new registry value. You're going to need it for the rest of the video. So remember this, and then just set it to 5. That will just set it to the standard Windows composition, which is more stable. So afterwards, we have disabling NetBIOS, which is an old networking feature that is no longer needed. And disabling it will just reduce unnecessary network traffic and slightly improve your internet efficiency. So for that, just go to Control Panel, Network and Internet, Network and Sharing Center. Just press on your connection right here, Properties, Internet Protocol version 4, Advanced, WYNS. In here, just set it to disable NetBIOS over TCP/IP. That will do it. The third optimization will be another network related one. That will be disabling heuristics. This setting basically just constantly adjusted certain settings on the fly, which in some cases it can be beneficial, but generally we still recommend disabling it as it will make your network behavior a lot more consistent, which is better. To disable it, just press Windows and R, type in CMD, and paste in this command right here. You can find it in the description. The following tweak is just going to be adjusting the DebugPollInterval, which this will just decrease how often Windows checks for kernel debugging. That means you'll get less unnecessary background checks and monitoring, which is beneficial. Go back to regedit and paste in this path. Create a new dword, which is DebugPollInterval. I would recommend setting it to 1000 decimal, which for hexadecimal is just this, but it's easier to just enter 1000. The fifth optimization is disabling active probing, which is a feature that sends out network packets in the background to test your internet connection. Disabling this will stop this, which will just free up some system resources. Head over to the path in the description and just create a new dword and just leave it at 0. So far, if you're finding this video helpful, please like and subscribe. This video is basically a part 2 of the video we have on screen, and if we get 4,000 likes, I'll make a third part with 10 more tweaks. Okay, so the sixth optimization is going to be disabling GPU Preemption, which is a feature that lets Windows interrupt GPU tasks to handle other processes, and when it's disabled, it can improve frame pacing and make performance more consistent, but this is only for certain GPUs. If your GPU is older than NVIDIA 10 series or AMD 500 series, we don't recommend doing this optimization. If you're not sure if your GPU falls into this category, then just comment it below. I'll tell you if we can use this. Alright, so just go to the path in the description and create a new dword, name it this, and set it to 1. Another additional requirement for this is to go into graphics settings and enable hardware acceleration. These two settings work really well together. Alright, so the seventh optimization is going to be disabling automatic driver searching and installation, which this is pretty self-explanatory. It just will prevent Windows from automatically installing new drivers in the background, which is good because it will prevent optimizations from being reset and it will help keep your system more consistent. So just go to this path and create the dword, leave it at 0. So the 8th optimization is actually pretty similar to the first 10 tweaks video I made, linked in the description. But this one will be disabling page combining, which just merges identical memory pages to save RAM. Search up PowerShell, and generally what I recommend is, if you have 16 or more gigabytes of RAM, then disable it by running this command. And if you have less than 16 gigs of RAM, then run this command. The reason for this is because this feature uses a bit of CPU usage, and if you have more than 16 gigs of RAM, you won't really benefit from it much. That's why it's best disabled. But if you have less than 16 gigs of RAM, you can benefit from the extra RAM, and that's why we think it's worth to enable. Alright, so the next optimization is going to be enabling contiguous GPU memory allocation. The thing is, this is only for NVIDIA users, but don't worry, I added a bonus tweak for AMD users right after this one. Alright, so in regedit, just go to this this path, and in here you just find your GPU. It should be under one of these registry keys. Find the one which has your GPU inside of it like this in hardware info, and in here just create a new dword, paste in the thing from the description, and just set it to 1. This will make the GPU use one continuous block of memory instead of splitting it up. That will help reduce latency and can slightly improve performance in games. It's a great feature. All right, so the AMD GPU tweak is going to be disabling ULPS, or ultra low power states, and that is another power saving feature which just makes your performance worse. If you have higher temperatures, then I wouldn't enable this, but yeah, just paste this path in, and in here you can have multiple folders which are just like 4 numbers. Just look through them until you find your GPU. I don't have an AMD GPU, but it's pretty much the same for me. And when you find your GPU in one of the folders, just create a new dword and call it this, leave it at 0, and then create another dword, which is also in the description, and leave that at 0 as well. So the last optimization will be disabling the Windows Customer Experience Improvement Program. That was a mouthful. But this is just another Windows feature that collects usage and diagnostic data in the background. Literally no reason to keep it enabled. So in regedit, paste the path in, and in here, just create a new dword value, seep enable, leave it at 0. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys learned something new. If this helped you, then comment down below, first of all. And second of all, make sure to check out EXM and consider buying Premium if you really want to optimize your PC and take it to the next level.